Welcome. I am Danny Tennell, the Gadfly from the Grassroots. We'll get right to it. Controversy? Really it's not. Only 2% of whites were slave owners and Africans sold Africans. My response? So what? How does it justify the USA crimes? You see, what white people, the racists and white supremacists among white people, are looking for is an intellectual comfort zone at the crimes and atrocities and inhumanity committed on the soil of the United States and the European nations. It is not a get out of jail card for your crimes of discrimination, lynching, genocide, mass rapes, lying, plundering, destroying, dehumanizing black people worldwide, and sanctifying it with your fake religions and your fake morality, which you have none. It is not a get out of jail card when you continue these crimes of injustice and unfairness in America at this very hour. So what white people are really doing is they're looking for an intellectual way at taking responsibilities for the crimes and injustices based on a system of white superiority and black inferiority, which you practice in your courts in 2025, which you practice in your state legislatures from Texas, trying to eliminate the black vote in 2025, which you have practiced through that vicious fascist felon, Donald Trump, in ending desegregation in federal facilities, and which you have trying to erase the recent history of black people struggle for civil and human rights in America in 1955. You're nothing but liars, con artists, and intellectual cowards. First of all, the majority of the white owners, and we can include George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and while you're on this kick, not quite 100 years after, you had racist Lincoln, who only wanted to fight and had to fight the Civil War because of the succession of the racist religious holding Confederate Southern states. Lincoln said, well, whatever it took for him to keep the Union together, that's what he was willing to do. If keeping the Union together would fight for slavery, he was willing to do it. If he had to keep the Union together by destroying slavery, he would do it. And he even mentioned in his own record that he was for whites being in control. He was a racist. He was forced to do the right thing. And then I got to argue with some of these black people, as well as the white supremacists. You want to put a cherry top of like some morality happened to these white people in the morality. It was strictly economics. And I stand on that. Because they knew what was moral. They didn't care. All they cared about was ensuring their white power. But that 2% controlled the economy and laws of America. And Africans had no say-so. Once they sold their goods, because slavery was the way of the world, but the chattel slavery of America was something else. You could never buy back your freedom. They even denied that you were human. And don't even get me started on the religious side, because throughout the Old Testament, God in the Old Testament absolutely approved of slavery. Absolutely. Even the God of the Bible did not have the moral fortitude to condemn the practice of slavery. Do you really want that argument? But it took people with some morality as well as social political pressure, as well as bloodshed to bring an end to slavery. You can't justify or skip around it by saying that it's 1 or 2% that still own America right now. Have a good day.